Hey guys, DC Toyman. Thanks again for watching. Next up, I'm reviewing Brainiac. Alright guys, let's get straight into this review. This is the DC Direct Superman New Krypton Series 1 Brainiac. I bought him loose for about $5, and he didn't come with any accessories. He's surprisingly well articulated considering how bulky he is. It's a really good model, really good sculpt. You can really see the wrinkles above his eyebrows on his forehead. You can see the veins in his arm, just really, really highly detailed. He first appeared in Action Comics number 242 in July of 1958, and in Action Comics number 544 in June of 1983, the robotic version of Brainiac appeared. I'm more familiar with that incarnation. I know Brainiac goes through different incarnations. The post-crisis, they changed his origin, and his name was Vril Dox. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. I think I'm pronouncing it right. A scientist from Kolyuan. I don't know. Whatever. He's sentenced to death, but he takes control of Milton Fine, who's a mentalist, and he starts to gain. Brainiac starts to gain psychic powers. He's also called the Terror of Kandor and the Collector of Worlds, which is pretty self-explanatory because he tends to shrink worlds and collect them, or shrink major cities. That's part of his abilities. You know, at first he was just shrinking cities to repopulate his unnamed planet. He has what they call a 12th level intellect, allowing him to understand various alien technologies and advanced mechanical and bioengineering and physics, and he also has enhanced memory and calculation abilities. John Byrne, in the Man of Steel comic version of Brainiac, has telepathy and telekinesis, and more recently he's been they've given him the power to heal quickly, and he's also an extension of his spaceship. As far as major storylines, in the Justice storyline, which I know I mention a lot, but it's just a really great storyline. Brainiac lobotomizes Aquaman, as I mentioned in the Aquaman, a little briefly in the Aquaman review, and Brainiac uses Aquaman's psychic powers. There's also a storyline called Panic in the Sky, and Brainiac takes control of War World, and he brainwashes Supergirl to help him. The new gods, you know, like Orion, fail to recapture War World, and Brainiac just taunts Superman into attacking War World. So that, you know, Superman, of course, is his main adversary. As far as movies and TV shows, he's been in Superman Unbound, Smallville, Super Friends, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, Static Shock. There were rumors that he would be in the Justice League movie in 2017, but it's looking more like it's going to be Darkseid. So there's just various interpretations. They're usually interpreted as a sentient artificial intelligence in a humanoid form. One of the, just different things concerning Brainiac, Paul Loader wrote an article called Brainiac's Brain, Brainiac's Body, and Paul Loader puts forth the idea that Brainiac was a product of the late 1950s and basically people's rising concerns with artificial intelligence. So Paul Loader points out that logically reasoning, Brainiac would have superior intelligence because he is capable of storing much larger quantities of data than a human brain. And Loader also points out that our bodies are involved in reasoning as well. We don't really consider every minor detail when we're going about our daily business, or else we would be reasoning forever and not actually acting during our daily lives, taking action. Because if we were so cerebral, we wouldn't be actually, taking action. One quote from Paul Loader's, "The everyday intelligence of human beings cannot be understood as the result of detached logical thinking and exhaustive consideration of facts." Again, if we're considering everything, every single fact, and every single factor, then we're not going to actually be taking action. Loader also pointed out that Brainiac seems to be easily outwitted considering how intelligent he is. I've kind of noticed that too. But that's kind of, maybe we're just selling Superman short. Superman does have the ability to reason a lot faster than other people. So maybe Superman is actually smarter than we give him credit for. I also owe this to the fact that Superman has to come up with ways to beat Brainiac for DC to sell comics. I mean, if he defeated Brainiac right away, or if Brainiac defeated him right away, then, end of story, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. So again, this figure is, really well articulated. His head only moves side to side. He has articulation on his shoulders and his elbows, his wrists. He has some articulation on his knees, and his boot can move side to side. There's no real ankle joint there, but his boot does move to help pose him. He's one of the more easily posable figures in my collection, in my son's collection. My collection for now, until my son's old enough, I guess. Overall, I don't know what I would give this figure. Probably like a B+ or an A-. There's very little that they could have done, better on this figure. Maybe some articulation in the stomach, but considering how bulky he is, he's still really well articulated. Thanks again for watching this video, and please like or comment below. So tell me if you liked it, tell me if you didn't like it. Let me know what you want to see. Thank you.